can't leave your fucking house, I'm telling you. Manchild. What's up? It's Manchild and the Yogi. James, what's up?
What up, dude?
James is here. My lovely wife, Hilaire, is full of fire tonight. Getting a lot of pressure I'll be really honest, getting a lot of pressure to perform tonight, and I'm tired.
In so many ways.
Yeah, perform.
A lot of pressure to perform tonight.
I said, I'm getting pretty tired. She goes, don't even think about it.
No, I gave him a really good kiss on the way in here, and it was like, one of those kisses that leads to something eventually.
Yeah.
And we started walking in, and of course he does his normal, yawn and, it's been a really long day. I'm really tired today.
I'm ready to do it.
After that.
I look forward to it. It's just right now, after that chili you made, it was so yummy.
I did make good white bean chili today.
It was really yummy.
Thanks.
You know what? I mean it. You can't leave your fucking house. I'll tell you why. You can't leave your fucking house because a lot of things happen. If you're in your house and you're offline, you're safe. You leave your house, you try to drive somewhere to help a drug addict and go to work at a rehab, and then a drunk guy hits you with his piece of shit car with no insurance and totals my wife's car because I wasn't driving mine.
My car.
No insurance, this piece of shit. You can't leave your house, and then you're on the road, and now I'm like a nervous little person driving my car, and our next thing is probably I'm going to hit some biker.
No.
I don't want to. I'm just saying. This is what's happening.
You are more nervous, but you've gotten better in the last couple of days, and yeah, it's a bummer that it was my car. But
she's like, "Are you okay? Where's my car?"
No, I didn't ask that one time.
I think that you actually. I think what you
was,
said to me was, you were kind of like saying about survival, but you said, as soon as I saw that you called 911 and that you'd been in an accident, I started going, what do I need to do to get things in order?
Yeah, it's so weird. This is a real thing, though, you guys. Like, if you've been in survival mode and you sort of understand that process, weird things happen to you. You don't react like normal people react when it's like a first-time thing. It's strange, and it's paying attention to where we all go in survival mode. But I know for me, every time life has thrown me sideways, there's been so much to then do that my brain now immediately goes to what has to be done, what do I have to do, who do I have to call, what, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of busy work. And so I told you this, but I didn't really even start to process that emotionally until like right before you got home. And the fact that you could actually have been killed. Both airbags deployed. The car is totaled.
By the way, deployed's my new word. I've been saying it out of context all week. People are like, you want deployed? What? No, I'm kidding. I know what it means.
He doesn't, but
yes, I do.
I mean, they did. They did actually.
The deepness of that word. That's
okay. So
you don't think that's a word either?
Other thing. So
maybe it's not the best
James,
one, but
I need you to look this up because
I'm not going to. It's depth.
We know it's depth.
No, but I asked on social media, is deepness a word?
I saw the post.
And like 50% of people think that's an actual word.
Good. I stand with my people.
Deepness is a word. It's depth.
I do concur with my people.
Deep.
I'm kidding. Okay, so this is what happens.
Deepness is not a word.
You start rattling stuff off at me when I'm walking, and then I get flustered, and I meant to say depth, but it said the deepness.
Okay, no. In context, we were walking, so you got us an Uber that was supposed to drop us off at Foster Beach. The Uber dropped us off at Montrose, which isn't close.
Yeah.
I mean,
and how did it come about?
Close enough, but it's a 20-minute walk.
Why did I have to pull out that banger of a word? What did I say? Why?
I don't remember what we were talking about, but it was about that. It was about the fact that the Uber guy dropped us off too far away, and
I said something about the deepness of it?
Deepness. Oh, you were talking to him about your accident because you talked to everyone about your accident, and every Uber driver has an accident.
Yeah.
So, and then he was talking about the deepness of his accident. It's
Good.
depth.
Okay, it's the depth. I know. I was doing it for fun times.
No.
But I will stick to my guns that reindeers aren't real because...
Okay, wait. You keep just jumping. I want to go. What was I saying before? I don't even remember. All right, so... deepness. The intellectual ability to penetrate deeply into ideas.
Aaron, look at your television.
The intellectual ability to penetrate deeply into ideas.
Profundity, depth, sapience.
I knew my shit was deep. Sorry, I'll use smaller words with you.
I don't think
Wisdom,
freedictionary.com is a reliable
ability to
source.
apply knowledge or experience or understanding or common sense and insight.
What? Screw you, lady.
This is like the opposite of what you were doing. But all right.
You know how it goes.
Okay, it's a word. I guess it's a word. I'm not.
What we all agreed on. What was it? The best choice? Was
Best
it the
use of the word at the time? No, because depth was probably the correct.
Yes, but I didn't want to sound pretentious. You know, we're in Uptown.
Not even.
We're by the McDonald's. You know.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going there.
You got, and this is, you know what? Don't take that. No one take that out of context. I wasn't saying anything because Uptown, blah 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 blah. Uptown is full of crazy people running around, and
also,
I don't know what that word means.
It's a blast because Foster Beach is like right there at Margate Park.
Yeah, you love to say Margate Park.
Awesome place to hang out.
Listeners not in Chicago, that's a little section of near Uptown, but near the water by the beach. Anyway, so I was mad at you about something. I can't remember.
You're always mad at me about something.
No, I'm not.
I'm always kind of mad at you.
This is the thing. Is I'll tell everybody. I had to apologize to Hillary because she lets me have my moments, and if I'm going through something, usually she just gives me like a little hug. Foster's, that's Australian beer she's drinking. It's like an oil can. No, but I had to admit I was wrong, and I don't like to admit when I'm wrong. She was kind of going through it for a minute, and instead of just giving her a hug, I was like giving her all the rational bullet points of what I was doing to make life easier in our life, and sometimes you just need a hug. So I admit that.
Yeah, sometimes you need your person to shut the beep up and just hang on to you for a minute.
I should have just went downtown and shut my mouth. That's what I should have done.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, you know the answers. I don't know why you can't just.
Because I was so proud of myself for putting out, juggling all the stuff we were doing that sometimes I get a little like type A and I'm like type C.
But I feel like, and this is a real thing. I feel like males do that more often. That they're, you guys can apologize and you're sweet about it, but at the same time, I think that there is that lack of recognition that your person just needs to be emotional for a minute.
Yeah, because
cry or whatever needs to happen.
I mean, the deepness that a woman has.
Okay, depth that a woman has.
The depth
is immeasurable.
Okay. Wow.
Also,
oh my God. Yes, you are the cradle of conception.
We are. In fact, you mentioned that today when you said someone was 11 months pregnant.
I was joking with him.
Okay, but
he said
that pregnancy isn't 11 months, right?
Yeah, that was the joke. God, please don't come to any shows. I mean,
I'm
seriously.
I'm the best audience member you ever have, by the way.
Dude, you were laughing.
No, I won't come ever again.
You were laughing at somebody's jokes. I won't say the comedian who never gets laughs, and you were laughing.
Because I think it's really brave to be up there, and I do.
Yeah,
and some of the things are funny.
And that guy still remembers that. He still
maybe
thinks
I
he didn't
had a lot
bomb.
of drinks. Who knows? And pregnancy is 9 months technically.
Okay.
9 months and 2 weeks.
What
possibly 10
I
months.
said is our friends.
You said it for real. You didn't think.
Please talk. I'll let you finish.
James. Do not interject with your boy size.
I didn't do anything.
Boy size?
Boys get overwhelmed and
Listen,
or annoyed and they're like.
I'm not even annoyed. What I'm telling you, Andrew said my girl's been sober 11 months. I go, better than being pregnant for 11 months. That's what I said. Ba-da-ba.
Oh, no.
Anyways, I know that a woman is only pregnant. No, actually, she's pregnant for 10 months, right? Because when
it's about 10 months. Yeah. Yeah.
So for when you forget to pull out, and then that's a month.
Because
and
then there's like this 2-week variation one way or the other, which essentially is 4 weeks. And yeah, it's about 10
And then you don't see that person for like another month, and then they come and tell you that they're 2 months pregnant.
Okay.
Is that what happened?
Well, it's not what happened in my scenario, but maybe in yours. And if you have a child, I don't know about, you should probably tell me. Not this week.
I don't have a child.
Don't tell me this week.
I don't have a child. I've always refused to do that on my own.
Now you're not. Now you're doing it with us.
Yeah, just getting the.
So, speaking of family time, you tried to bring this up.
What's up?
You think about holidays and like how holidays are really important and Christmas or whatever you celebrate. And Aaron truly believes that reindeer are not real things.
Okay.
He thinks they're made up.
Listen, the way it came.
He actually
This is my point. This is how she backed it up.
Made up.
No. This is what Hillary did to actually prove that she's full of shit. She goes, "Oh, what are you talking about? So and so brings them out every year around Christmas time, just like Santa." What the fuck kind of? How are you proving your point then?
Stop looking at that one.
I want to look at that one to make sure you're not lying to me. Okay, I understand
Our neighbor, because when we lived in Michigan, we had an acre of land. So our neighbor had all this property to Christmas tree farm. And every Christmas, he would bring his reindeer out for the kids to be like, oh, reindeer, Santa's reindeer. The kids.
Okay.
Santa's reindeer.
I assume that they are
kids.
Another animal that they named a reindeer. It's a deer. But
it's
okay, when they're out in the wilderness, when someone's camping, they go, "Oh, look at that deer." No one goes, "Look at that reindeer."
They're different animals.
It's like that's a 6-point buck.
It's not at all.
Is that how many points you get for each?
It's not at all.
How do they know about how many points?
The reindeer is more related to an elk than it is to an actual deer.
Leaner meat, probably less fatty.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, I know they're real. I'm not gonna be silly. I'm not gonna be hack. But really, when she was telling me, I go, I don't hear much about reindeer. They're definitely not around a lot.
You are.
Nobody can get their hunting license for reindeer, so there must not be very many of them. Probably about 12 of them. Maybe a few more. I don't know.
How many?
Maybe a couple extras. I don't know. I just. You never hear about people talking about reindeer.
Who are they? What are the reindeer?
The only time you hear people talking about reindeers, I don't know all those names. I had no dad, and I was raised Jehovah's Witness. How do I know what the names of?
Just guess. Just name them.
Sleepy, Sneezy.
These are
dwarfs. Okay, I know your mom does
Snow
it.
White.
Your mom does it. I kind of remember. It's Rudolph, Sebastian. No, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't.
Dasher and Dancer and Comet. And
okay,
Blitzen.
Dasher and Dancer. Okay, I got it.
That's 4.
I already said Comet though, so I'm screwed. Comet and Cupid and Donner and.
That's 8. That's
I'm
a lot.
missing 2. And do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? That's Rudolph.
Rudolph the
Can
Red.
you do all of them?
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Comet,
Cupid,
Vixen, Donner and Blitzen.
Yeah. Do you recall?
God damn.
Most famous reindeer.
Okay, reindeer are real. The earth is round. What else? I mean, but when it came up, literally, I cannot say literally.
Say literally.
Literally.
Okay, that was good.
But sometimes I get word burgers.
Yeah.
Literally.
You can say literally.
I better start doing those. Remember in acting school, we used to go.
You can use your mula bandha.
Around the rugged rocks, the ragged rascals ran. Literally. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
James, do that. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. I'm really good at that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unique New York.
Fuck. New York's dead.
Do it, James. Unique New York.
Is there an Anchorman bits right now?
Is that Anchorman?
Yeah, that's Anchorman.
No, because he was trying to
do.
do Edith Skinner, Speak with Distinction, which is a book you have to study when you go to acting conservatory, and they give you all those things around the rugged rocks and all the Peter Piper picked a Peter Pepper.
What?
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Pick.
What?
So yeah,
Pets?
but yeah, the Anchorman would be the reference for him biting that. But he went to acting school probably. You know, his parents
we all
were.
did. Any of us that did that. That's that's what we
Will
did.
Ferrell's dad is in the Isley Brothers. That's weird, huh?
I don't know what that means.
His dad is one of the Isley Brothers. They sing that song from Dirty Dancing.
Oh, now it makes sense. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody puts baby. When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. I know you're not the one that got Penny in trouble.
No, you quote all the movies. I never can figure out.
I can do
how
anything
you know
Jerry
all those.
Orbach because I watched him like Karate Kid. I could go all day.
I lived in Reseda.
Well, Danielle, what's wrong? Mommy not
speaking
here
of
to
wax
dress
on
you.
and wax off,
What about it?
you got your nostrils waxed. Where?
Let me tell you something about when you're not in the city. When in Rome, when I mean when in Rome, I mean when you're in the burbs. Do that burb shit. If you smoke some cigarettes, get yourself some $6 cigarettes. If you're out there, go get a cell phone with some 8.5% sales tag. And if you go to Walmart and you're waiting for somebody to get their work pants because they're a client at a rehab, get your nostrils waxed for $5. Best one I've had yet.
It's like a Walmart wax.
So fuck European Wax Center. I'll drive to Elgin and fucking get my nose waxed.
Show me.
I'm good right now.
Pretty good. Not bad.
They're wild. When she took it out, she was like, "Oh goodness!" And it was actually like it was
I
just
see that all the time.
so yeah. Walmart $5 can't beat it.
Wow.
Can't beat
it. I mean, I would have never thought of that.
You didn't even notice I got them done because you were so used to that. I mean, they looked bad for a while. I mean, I had some serious nose hairs, but I refused to clip them. I want to get them waxed. I like the.
Okay, so.
At least my waxing person wasn't making fun of my. What was she saying to you? Your waxer. I guess you guys are getting too comfortable. She's like, "Oh, your pussy's so white because of your tan lines. Your pussy's so white."
She was like, "That's."
She was. See, you got to change waxers now. She thinks she's part of the family. Ghost pussy. The shit that goes on in the waxing
Because I'm
room.
pretty tan right now. I mean,
I know you're very, very tan. And does she is English a second language, or is she just like kind of like from
English
Chicago?
Is not her second language.
So she's just from Chicago. She's just a
full on from Chicago.
Oh, so she was
awesome.
No, so she was like, "Oh, girl, your pussy's white."
European Wax Center on Southport.
She was like,
amazing.
She's like, you got ghost pussy.
Okay, first of all, she doesn't talk like
basically,
that.
Basically, Hillary came in and her pussy was all white except for her bathing suit was her butt was so brown. She was almost like she looked like you, Deirdre.
She does not sound like that. That's your ladies from New York.
I heard the Russian in L.A. They're all of the waxers are Russian, and so this it's a mafia wherever it is. It's like one of them. They I'm getting myself in trouble. In Los Angeles, the waxers are mostly from Russia. Like they own all the boutiques.
And
in New York, they're all Korean. It seems like not all, but not across the board. Not a lot. And here, European Wax Center. What? Just I want to wax pussies. My name's Deirdre.
Skilled is what they are.
Skilled
and fast.
They're too expensive. And if you flake on the appointment, then they won't ever see you.
When I lived in Michigan, this is the truth. I would get tortured for literally an hour and a half.
Because they didn't know how to wax?
To the point where I was like crying, and it was horrible. And now this literally takes 5 minutes.
Because she's like, how does she do it?
We're done. It's like, I go, and
it's over.
wiggle my toes and then we're done.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're talking about this.
Yeah. Sorry, I just went there because you didn't you bring it up?
Probably. I brought up.
Sorry. Is that rude?
You're just not usually the one that burps. It's usually me and James.
What did you just have? What happened? You just have a. I can't say the S word.
That's not funny. Don't.
Yo,
do
Adrian.
It. Hey, so we had a really deep conversation this week.
What was it about? Was I awake?
Because Aaron is such a deep. His deepness.
My deepness knows no depth.
Knows no bounds. We talked about evolution versus. can't even. I'm thinking evolution
Because I know
versus
about
creation.
I'm well educated
so
on both.
let's talk about how exactly all of this came to be. Because
Well, I was hungry, and I was about to eat, and so often I think about, think about the first dude. I assume it was a guy, just because whatever. Maybe it's a lady.
fuck?
Imagine that. Let me
the-
finish. Let me drink your Fosters. Imagine. Sometimes right before I eat, I go, "What happened when the first dude was like, I'm gonna throw that carrot in that water and then all of a sudden he made a broth, and then before that he was just eating raw carrots." I think about that stuff. Then I was like, "Holy shit!" If it's an Adam and Eve situation, we know what happened. Two people had to make everybody else. So they, besides doing a lot of fucking, they had to figure out what to eat too, besides that apple, whatever, all that stuff. So I believe in evolution more. So evolution, holy shit, still, who remembered to eat?
So,
Like, did you know what that feeling was? You're like, oh, I'm lightheaded. I'm supposed to eat food. Like, how did people realize they needed to eat?
well, but we didn't just. If you believe in evolution, we didn't start as people.
You said fish?
So fish too. I told you.
Fish
To
to dinosaurs? Fish to lizards.
fish to lizards to
Dinosaurs got to be in there somewhere.
we were never done. It's showing you don't look
Oh,
over
no, I'm not going to show him. Hold on.
there. Okay, keep going. Fish to
Lizards to turtles.
to
Apes.
that's a big jump. That's a big jump from a turtle to an ape.
What else? I don't know.
Fish, just think like
Fish, lizards.
we grew legs, but they were little and we had to slither around. Then we needed longer legs.
I don't fucking know. Grasshoppers? What? What about them too? Where'd they come from? Anyway, somebody was probably like, let's just skip ahead past the dinosaurs. Somebody was like, whatever this is feels, and it's growling. And then they're like, how do I eat?
You totally left out apes, by the way, which is like
Oh
what
my
we're
God.
most closely related to.
Look at this propaganda.
Pokemon. We were
Pokemon.
once,
Anyways,
we were once Pokemon.
we just went down a rabbit hole with it. Okay, there.
Do
Okay.
you see it?
What is that though? Hippopotamus?
Yes.
It basically is a hippopotamus. It's
Cool.
a giant lizard.
And then there's the monkey.
And then there's the monkey.
And then there's the manski. Anyways, all I think about it is just pretty wild. Like, we have chicken stock, we're making roux, we're eating like craw, fish, fish stews, and people back then learning how to cook must have been really fucking wild.
Well, the cool thing about that is someone was hungry enough to eventually taste all of those things and either die, literally because it killed you,
Sure.
or it tasted delicious. And then when they invented fire, they're like, it was probably an accident, to be honest.
Right.
Someone probably accidentally threw something
Or
into or
lightning.
onto the fire. Or
Lightning, right?
or lightning.
Like in Back to the Future where the thing kind of...
Because that's real.
Definitely the part of Back to the Future
Yes,
that's real
Back
is
to
that
the
lightning
Future.
can start a fire.
It's true.
Crazy?
No, it can. It totally can.
Okay.
That's true. But I'm not sure that we should pull that truth.
The
from
point
Back
is
to
that
the
I probably
Future.
shouldn't start brainstorming when I'm hungry. Because I was like, man, what about all my ancestors? How hungry were they before they figured out that they needed to...
But then you started talking about dragons and when we had to slay dragons.
I didn't really say slay dragons because I'm not...
You totally did.
I just figured that dragons were around the same time as dinosaurs.
Yes.
I mean, they look alike. Like, a dragon kind of looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? Or What's the mean one that's a vegetarian, the tall one?
Vegetarian.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex, first of all, is a T-Rex. Is not a vegetarian.
Oh, yeah, the T-Rex.
That's like
Who's
a
a
crazy
vegetarian?
predator
The big-
with the tiny arms.
Yeah,
The
T-Rex.
Brontosaurus
Oh,
is a vegetarian. That does not look like a
I wasn't
dragon.
one of those kids. I mean,
Has a very long neck.
Didn't Jordan know like every dinosaur in the name?
That's why I know them. The velociraptors are the ones that hunt in like packs, like coyotes, and
Yeah, so I won't speak until my food arrives, and then I'll eat, and then I won't say.
but these conversations are like priceless. It's lovely.
Well, you know,
I mean,
I understand that there's no dragons.
I love to think about
But what if
the
it's really
times when we had
creation?
to slay dragons and
What if it is creation too? Who knows? You know, two people had to.
see.
The evolution makes more sense because there was fish everywhere, all over the world,
Yeah,
turning
and, like,
into lizards.
How do two? I mean, if you, I don't know. I don't know. Do I believe in Adam and Eve? I'm not sure. I just feel like that's a lot of people to make from two people, and that means we're all brothers and sisters, which
Yeah,
like
brothers
is,
and.
I don't know. I mean,
But
we
also,
are,
but also, even if there's evolution, if it's evolution or creation or anything, but it's still who made all that happen.
right.
Boom.
Wow, that's the yoga.
Did you just bring yoga into this?
That's the yoga. That is the yoga.
Is that? That's,
It is. That's the yoga says explore whatever you believe. Explore and figure it out and keep exploring until you figure out what makes sense to you. That's what that is. Whether it's creation, evolution, or you bang those together, whatever works.
Yeah, if I just keep trying stuff out,
Dragons,
banging stuff until you figure out
mixed
where.
with dinosaurs. We're slaying dragons. We turn into turtles.
Should I watch Game of
then
Thrones?
people. Yes,
I've
you
never
should
watched
watch
Game
Game
of
of Thrones.
James,
If
did you
for
just
nothing else.
watch Sopranos?
Yeah,
For the first time?
I just finished it for the first time.
That's so
4
wild.
days ago.
Sorry.
Finally got
So good.
And I think your girl commented on what I said. 'Cause my sister is so hardcore Sopranos. When I told her about Nurse Jackie, she's like, Carmela's not a nurse. It's just it's. She's like, and Anitra. She's like, Carmela can't be a nurse. She like lives in New Jersey. She doesn't live in New York. She's like me with the dinosaurs. She believes. But yeah, Sopranos is good shit.
It's my favorite show of all time, though.
Except for
So good.
you could now looking back, you know how unhealthy he was. Like when he's just laying in most of the scenes and he's just breathing like, like this guy
There
is
was a
not
point.
well.
There was a point in season, I think it was season 3, where it just instead of like it would just show Tony doing normal shit, and then suddenly he was just always eating meat.
Yeah.
in every fucking scene,
Dude.
for the next 3 seasons.
So my old neighbor, and he used to come into where I worked all the time, is Shrippa, Steve Shrippa, the guy that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and he's a great guy, and he didn't really start out as an
Bobby
actor.
Bacala, right?
Yeah, and he was a bouncer on the old strip in Vegas, and he moved back to New York. But like he's one of those guys that got a job acting, but then took it far. But he said, yeah, dude, those guys used to just party and eat fucking charcuterie plates.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I think when Tony Soprano, when James Gandolfini, when he passed, like his last meal was like foie gras, cognac, like a steak, a cigar.
He died in Italy.
Yeah,
He died in
happy,
Italy,
happy,
chowing down
happy.
on some innards.
Yeah. bleh. What?
Just like all that real
Gross.
decadent shit, like some fucking liver, some thymus gland,
Sweetbreads.
sweetbreads, thymus gland, baby, right there, boom,
I
boom.
know what the thymus is.
I make some mean sweetbreads. We're really getting off topic because I think we were picking on you. I was picking on you about something, wasn't I? Are you picking on me?
I'm pretty sure you weren't picking on me because that wouldn't have
Evolution?
gone very
Evolution. No,
well.
it's
Evolution. James threw up the simulation hypothesis, which I think is complete bullshit.
There's no way to disprove it. It's actually more likely that we live in a simulation than anything else.
So we live in the Matrix.
Pretty much. But it's not the Matrix. It's
Do you know
more
that I've
complex
never
than that.
seen The Matrix?
Oh my God, it's so good. The whole trilogy is amazing.
I should watch it then.
You should definitely watch
Is it better than John Wick?
When they unplug. Yes, but John Wick.
I can't stand Lawrence Fishburne though. He's such a pretentious
Nah,
cunt.
those movies are so good.
Yeah, okay. I'll watch that one, Matrix. I probably won't understand. I'll ask you a lot of questions. You
So
hate
if we're gonna watch a movie tonight, though, are you gonna 1, stay awake for the movie, and 2, not sneak off to the kitchen? Because when you go to the kitchen, Aaron always is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get some water." Aaron's not getting water.
that. Okay, first of all,
That's not what he's doing.
Zach O'Ryan gave me a nice little food plan to Tried to go on for 2 weeks. I didn't eat any bread or sugar. I lost 9 pounds. And then I fucking got in a car accident. I ate my feelings. But I'll get back on. And yeah, and when I go into the kitchen, I don't like to be, as I walk in, what are you doing? What are you going to get? Just let me get what I'm getting.
Because he stands in the kitchen and eats like desserts. So that he doesn't have, so I don't see him eating
Hillary
desserts.
made me keto cheesecakes, and they taste better than cheesecake, and so I ate a couple little cups of them.
They're pretty delicious.
No, I sneak into the kitchen to get some water. I mean, I don't drink a lot of water. I should drink water.
You do drink water a little bit. You should drink. We should all drink more water.
Yeah. Oh boy, what can you say? Yeah, I sneak into the kitchen. Yeah, I lost 9 pounds, and now I think I gained back a few of them, but I was getting on a different level there for a minute. Like passing 250 is a little much.
Yeah.
But just by losing the water weight or whatever I was holding, I started feeling less like, hey, what's up? Can't move. But I still need to lose some weight so I can buy some clothes. But I did buy that really nice sweater I got. That's a double X, that cashmere hoodie.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't lose weight yet. I just got that sweater. Got to wear it one more season.
Okay. So, yeah, I rode a bike today.
Yeah.
Did I talk about that already?
No.
I rode a bike today for the first time in 6 years. I mean, you know how to ride a bike, you ride a bike. That's a real thing. But that was so, I practice yoga. I'm fit. That was so hard.
Well, plus it
was so hard.
No, you had one of those divvy bikes too, and those are heavy and they have no gears.
Man, my quad, that was hard. That was hard to do. All these old men were passing me. I'm like, dude.
Plus you're a little nervous.
I tried to make a happy face. I'm just going for a happy stroll. Because I'm going so slow. It was really hard to do.
No, it's hard work. I mean, I should get on a bike. That's probably really good exercise.
I realize I need to be
what's
on
the
one
truth?
more.
With the divvy now, you don't need the little fob. You can just...
You just scan the thing on the top.
Okay.
So, yeah, get on a bike. I saw a
Get
really
on a
cute-
bike. Make sure you're in the road with all the cars and try to just... not get murdered.
I don't do any of that. I'm only going to ride on the lake trail. But I did find a really cute bike for myself. I really do want that bike at some point. Yeah.
Well, let's go to this other... I talked to this girl at Starbucks. She said that she works at a bike shop over in this side of town. And maybe we should give them some business. I'll get the name of the place.
I like that little bike, though.
She was like, it's really good for your health and your mind and your mindfulness. I go, it seems pretty stressful. You're trying to act like it's zen riding a bike through Chicago. It looks pretty dangerous.
Well, what's really interesting, too, is even on the lake trail, people are you want to be able to just, there was a point on the ride where I was like, this is so beautiful. And I'm looking
Someone's
at the
like,
lake.
to the left.
No, really. And then you have all these people because someone's trying to pass you and then a bunch of bikes coming the other direction. Just calm down, man.
It's like what I said. You can't leave
Take a breath.
You can't leave your fucking house.
No,
Stay
you
inside.
have to be able to
Get a
leave
treadmill.
your house.
Don't get on Facebook.
Nope.
Work from home. Don't talk to anyone.
It's terrible.
I mean, seriously though, the things that happen, my goodness out there in the world. Oh my gooseness. No, but things are okay. I mean, I don't know. I want to get a bike. Yeah, we're gonna exercise more. I want to still keep eating better. I am. I can't do the keto thing because I think that's bad for your heart too. I just need to be eating like a lean protein and some vegetables, and not eat red vines, which I was eating last night.
Red vines are horse hooves.
That reminds me, Hillary doesn't agree. Nothing fucking good happens in a drugstore. A Walgreens is filled with 3 things.
Well, it depends on the drugstore.
Okay, Walgreens, for example. You got people in there trying to stay alive off the medication, so they're in line thinking, oh, I need my 90 different medications. You got people buying beer, and then you got people staring at nail polish. It's like... Drugstores are just there. It's all it's like being in there. I'd rather order all that shit online.
It also depends on the time of day, though. Yeah, ordering online is amazing.
You like drugstores, though.
I love drugstores because I am a girl.
You're like, look at this toenail. Look at this
For real.
file.
Nail polish and there's a little bit of makeup. You kind of have you have a little bit of everything.
What happens to me? I go in there and I go, oh, you can get a bucket of red vines for $2 here if you put your phone number in this computer, and then that's what I end up leaving. I live with a bucket full of horse hooves.
Well, that's not good.
Oh my god! But prescription. It's just because we've had a few meds lately that I've had to pick up or whatever, and that's a new thing for me because I'd had insurance for a long time. But seriously, the amount of shit that people are on and waiting for and just frantically freaking out actually in the line, like, is that my copay on that? Do you got my? And then you listen to the drugs they're taking, and a lot of them are just, seem like they're more recreational. But then there's the one that you really need, but still, it's just like insane in there. To be a pharmacist or like a pharmacy tech, that job, those people must get hammered when they get out.
It's got to be stressful. Yeah.
No, it's just constant customer service, and people are freaking out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I don't ever go into those places when they're busy. So like the grocery store, I go in the middle of the day when no one's there, kind of early. Drugstore, same. And if they're like empty. I went to Jewel today and it was empty.
You went to Jewel on Southport?
I did.
All right, well that's exciting. That was
not very exciting.
No, we really bombed on that. That's all everybody else we did. Right?
No, I hate it when you say that. It's so annoying.
I can say whatever I want.
No, you can't. Welcome to being married. You can't. You actually can't.
Welcome to being married. I like being married. I don't know how I turned in, like, you're more the dude and I'm not. I mean, you look like a beautiful woman, but you treat me so. You're like, yo, when we get home, you're not going to sleep.
You're not.
That sounds like a dude.
Okay. It's not.
I know. I'm just saying. You wear the pants in the family. No?
We could fight right now, but we won't.
Do it.
Don't say do it.
We haven't been fighting. Actually, I've been. No, but I've been like really going. I've been handling some shit that she doesn't want to handle, which I think helps. But I got to be a little more romantic this week, I think.
Yeah. And it's great that you handle that stuff, and I appreciate all of that because you do those things that I don't like to do. But you also need to recognize the emotionality of things.
Yeah, and also maybe just replace whatever mundane, stressful. Can something be stressful and mundane at the same time? Just whatever business shit we need to do, and then flip that around in my mind and go, oh my God, I got a carefree life and I'm super horny.
No,
you know what I mean?
Because it's not a carefree life, and we're doing a million.
Maybe
different
that's
things,
why young people that have no responsibility and
what do you mean, young people
with no money.
What does that mean?
Listen,
are we old people?
Compared to someone when I was 22,
James,
when I was 22 and I was like, what am I going to get on my cheeseburger and I want to get drunk tonight? That sounds like a lot less responsibility than right now.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
And I think with that comes the less sexing.
No, it does not. Why are you equating one to the other?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Okay. Well, one of the main.
You go out of town 3 days a week. You can. No, not with someone else.
One of the main reasons that people get divorced is lack of intimacy.
Did you read that in Cosmo?
No.
My mom used to read Cosmo, and I heard her talking about it once. Like, oh, I read it in Cosmo last month. She came downstairs, and her husband was fucking her brother. making women paranoid all over the country. They read Cosmo, then they think their husband's like, dude, you can't leave your house. You can't have anyone over either.
It's not true. Not true.
What were you saying again?
I don't know.
I want to be more. I want to have is it a higher libido? What is? I want.
It's not even about that. You're missing the point, which is the whole point.
What's the point? Because I've actually tested it out with you.
The point is that you're missing the point. The point is that and I don't want to say it's only females or males, but when someone has been taken sideways and they need emotional support, it's great to check off all the boxes and make sure that everything's done, but that doesn't mean that you're giving them emotional support.
I know, and I said I was going to try harder at that.
I'm just saying. that has nothing to do with sex. I think a lot of relationships deal with that.
No.
One person is the one that's like, I'm the taskmaster and I can make sure everything's cleaned up and done for them. But maybe what they needed me to do was shut my pie hole for 5 seconds.
But I'll tell you this.
Because he talks so much.
And I'll tell you this, though.
So much.
I'll tell you this,
like
though.
a child.
Listen.
Like when you have a toddler.
Listen, calm
that
down.
just figured something out.
Calm down. A toddler? I'm going to tell you. When I have done all that and the emotional and the cuddle and all that stuff, and then I've like maybe got up for a second, how many times have you said, really? That's it? I mean, as much as you wanted all that, if it doesn't end with the fucking money shot, you're like, that was all good. But then you would just go straight to that. And
Not
you would,
true.
And you would probably just take cold to the
Not true.
You would take this one to this one. And,
I mean, it depends on the day.
yeah, see?
It depends on the day.
You prefer maintenance to you need some of it's maintenance.
Okay, but some of it's emotional maintenance.
I know.
And that's very important in a marriage.
It is. So I mean,
You got in a car accident. You were thrown sideways.
Yes.
You needed emotional support.
Yes.
I gave it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was thrown sideways, and you got everything done.
Right. So what this proves is that us males, we're like, I'm taking care of business, and then that's going to make me feel more secure. And the wife's like, I want to cuddle, and that makes that. Yeah, so it's true. That's why we're different, and that's why we both need to work on it.
I'm sorry. Did I say I had to work on something?
Well, I know that you always exclude yourself. What I'm saying is,
did I say I fell short somehow?
Okay, here's it. I'll even put myself under the chopping block. I use two different things together. You know what I'm saying?
Under the bus. Under the bus, which ran over the chopping block.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now I forgot my train of thought. The bus of thought.
It's a lot of vehicles.
The scooter of thought.
You were
Listen.
God. I'm listening.
I realize as a man that I need to find that boy inside that's still vulnerable.
Aww.
And so when I was going through that, when I was so scared because I got in that car accident.
I know you were
Listen. I was so scared that I said, I'm going to do all this manly shit, and then that's going to be like, he's got this. But I should have just hugged that little boy inside.
That is the
Thank you, James.
Stop it. Not okay. And that's the truth, though. That's exactly what you should have done. Because you were scared, and it did scare you. Your face is made of cement. Literally, because the airbag hit you in front and on the side, and you didn't even have a bruise.
Oh, I got a hard
People
ass
get
head.
their nose broken, their teeth knocked out. Like, the airbags do all kinds of shit to people.
Yeah, I know. They deploy.
You got smashed between a car and a wall. Like, yeah, the little boy, listen, I think that's real. The little boy needed to be hugged and
So
coddled.
basically, in the whole gist of
that's the
things, is
truth.
as much I understand all the emotional support, getting in a car accident, dealing with insurance, worrying about our son, worrying about the studio, and that I have one date in August as a comedian doesn't make me like want to bang. So I got to work on that.
Why do you keep bringing it back to sex? It has nothing to do with sex.
That's what I brought up before. I
I
understand.
know, but it doesn't. I'm saying that if you had been more open with your true emotional space, this whole week would have gone a little smoother, because then the softness could have just happened in general. But I get it. I get that when that feeling of being vulnerable and unsafe, you needed to reassert. I get it. That makes sense.
No, that's
I could very possibly do the same thing.
Left-handed or backhanded? Well, they say backhanded. That's backhanded. Right?
Let's say
That was left. That was a left-handed comment.
Let's say it's left.
No,
backhanded. It was a compliment.
I'll tell
Did
you.
you say comment?
I'll tell you. One thing that was happening is I was just really being calm and trying to just keep it moving, but I wanted it to be acknowledged immediately, and like I wanted to I don't know what it was. Something was out of sync.
For sure, because you could have died.
Yeah. And I, to be honest, now, I mean, I don't want to put it in the universe, but like a broken wrist or something, could probably have a bigger case.
No, absolutely not.
No, I know.
No,
Things
we're
are good, though.
Really lucky
Lucky to be alive.
to have each
Lucky
other.
to have one show this month. You're lucky that you're teaching outside in Michigan and by the lake here in Chicago.
Absolutely.
Lucky that we have the studio of James.
And James, even though he's
What? He's what?
grumpy. No, he's not
grumpy.
anymore.
He went to, here's a bachelor party.
I know. What are you doing?
What else is on there? I did it again.
I am not.
I am not doing that, girl.
That.
I am not doing that, girl.
Doing that with you.
I am not
Absolutely
doing that.
not.
Man, are we?
What?
I'm just.
You good?
I'm frustrated.
What?
I feel like I might have a day job for the rest of my life because this is never gonna. Someone said the pandemic's gonna last 5 years.
That was my stepmother, and she is, I wouldn't take that as like the
James,
truth.
5 years. Any truth to that?
Everything will be back to normal by July next year.
Oh.
Vaccines are coming.
Vaccines are coming.
We're going to
good.
shut down the economy again in the winter. Everything will be fine next year.
Shutting down again in the winter.
Oh, no doubt, dude. Flu season?
Oh.
We don't know that.
So I won't name some of these comics that I know that have asked me about it, and they have very long careers, 30 years in, but they're like calling me like, did a club close in Chicago? People are thinking that things are going to close. I hope they don't. I hope Laugh Factory
will.
doesn't. You think Laugh Factory will close?
They're all going to close again in November.
No, I mean like close. Jamie's got deep pockets.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hope
he doesn't. He doesn't even Deep Eddy vodka will keep the money in your pocket. What's Kettle One? I never heard of it. It's Deep Eddy or die. No, but I'm saying some people are worried. Like obviously clubs in different parts of the country. So I don't know.
Yeah, everything. I mean, there are places closing for sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Out of the ashes, new clubs will rise.
will rise, and apparently Riddles reopened. Did you hear that?
Oh, it's great.
We have Riddles.
That's fucking insane, but that's great.
Which burb is that in? Where's Riddles?
I know it's south.
Is that Glenn's old club? Didn't he run Riddles before he opened
I don't
CG's?
I don't know.
How to say?
But good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they have an open mic going. Someone told me. Yeah, so I'm positive about that. I guess I can't hear 5 years. Next July, okay.
You're taking someone's opinion who's retired, who plays golf every day during COVID,
Right.
who
But doesn't want anyone else to
has disposable income,
Right.
who doesn't need to leave the house anyways.
Right.
Yeah, don't take that at face value.
Yeah, Riddles Comedy Club. Say anything about the
Maybe not. Oh, I thought it just said Riddles is back.
Chicago.
Riddles Comedy Club?
All right. Riddle me this.
Riddle me this. Comedians you should know. Hope they get to open sometime. What's the biggest issue with them, you think, is because they're in that basement and that bar's not going to open for right now?
Oh, yeah. O'Toole's is done for a minute.
Just because, I mean, God.
They got broken into for the looting.
Oh, really?
Ah, so much sadness.
Thank God they've made millions of dollars and they can take the hit. Dude, I've never seen a busier bar in my life. That is the most successful. That's the most successful bar I've ever seen. Besides the got 90 people drinking their tits off on a Wednesday for comedy, and then everyone else outside. It's packed, and you can't get a job there if you're a dude to save your life. There's like 3 guys working there, and they're like,
Shout out Jamie Rosenberg.
Yeah, all right, Jamie. All right, I'm tired.
Yeah, me too. We love you guys. We missed you.
We'll be back next week. I think we're going to have a guest with us, and I'll announce that later. Look on our social media. Manchild. What is it? The Patreon, what is it?
Patreon.com/manchildyogi.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll
Buy
be back
merch.
next- Buy merch,
Buy
yes.
merch. And in Lansing, we will be having an outdoor schedule. We're partnering with People's Kitchen, which is a great restaurant. Yeah. We're going to use their deck for yoga. Yeah, so check it out on the schedule. We're going to have Monday night class and cocktails. What?
Aaron-Putnam.com for dates. I got a couple in the city here, Laugh Factory, and something else. I don't know what it is. Something in the suburbs, but just look at my website. It's all up there. Thanks. Bye.
Out.
Yogi.